with a whole bunch of punks that can't deal with the population, or they can't deal with the crime they committed. They can't deal with the situation where they at home acting like a clown and mama won't come see you. Mama won't write you. Mama won't send you no money. Nobody. That girlfriend that you thought you had, oh, she was your friend. So these are the things that you got to sit inside that jail 24 hours thinking about. Because when you come home after you done spent 10 years, that situation ain't there no more. Now you got to start all over. But guess what? If you go to jail at age 16 and you do 20 years, your mind come out still 16. So you got to be careful who you hang with. You got to pay attention what your mama and your daddy say, your teachers, your counselor, whoever is in your life. Because guess what? The state prison is not nice to you. No more McDonald's. No more pizza. Girlfriends. Ain't no more of that. The girls go to jail. All that popping off at the mouth, or they gonna shut that up. That smart talking, or they gonna shut that up. Because guess what? You're gonna be in the bathroom washing Big Bertha drawers every night. Oh, best to believe, I done witnessed all of that. All that toughness. Oh, you ain't tough no more when you in that female facility, because they will break you down to your knee pads. You're going to wish your mama you listened to your mama, or your big sister, your auntie, and your grandma and them. You're going to wish you heard. All that weave and the hair looking cute. You won't be looking cute in there because they shave all your hair off. You be looking like a boy until it grow back. You will not have long fingernails because you got to keep them closed. Cut off, I meant to say, because it's in the rule book. They better not be long, because we'll cut them off for you. Because all the things you say you won't do, you will do inside that facility. I can tell you that. So y'all pay attention and quit back talking when somebody tell you something, because I'm looking at the behavior right now. That behavior going to cause you a world of hurt. And God forbid, if you do end up in the penal system, we're trying to keep you from going there because we already know, God, the ones that got the big mouth, you ain't tough. You just acting tough. So don't let that get you messed up. That's all I have to say.
Awesome. Give her a hand again. Now, she kept it real. She told you exactly what's going to happen in prison. As she said earlier, she was locked up too, right there with you guys. So far, we heard from Mr. Antoine Diggs. He's the Buffalo Peacemaker. You meet him in the community. He talks to you guys about your behavior, your conduct. Then we heard from Officer Michelle Cray. Now we heard from Ms. Paulette Chapman, the correctional officer. Now, give us your undivided attention, because now we're going to listen to Jennifer McCall. She with the FBI. Okay? So give her your undivided attention. Listen really, really clear.
Okay, good afternoon. Who would see me walking down the street and think I work for the FBI? The things we see on TV, the shows we see on TV, I work for the FBI. I was a Buffalo public school student, just like you, sitting out there in an audience one day when an FBI agent came to my school and talked about careers. And I thought, well, I think that's something I want to do in the future. So I kind of put my hat on and said, this is what I'm doing. But the things that you have to think about as a student are the people that you associate with as young people will affect you down the road. If I would have made bad choices, as we've heard from our speakers earlier today, the choices that we make will stick with us forever. So I had to be very careful with the choices I made, with the friends I chose, because all of that was looked at deeply when I applied to work for the FBI. The FBI is out there. We want to help you achieve your fullest potential. We're not the bad guys. We actually do want to help you out there, and we want to see you do what you want to do with your future. Some of the things you might be encountering as young people, students, you might see your friends that are in gangs, thinking about joining gangs. They might have a gun. They might be walking around with different colors that they're wearing. And you might find that intriguing, or you might be kind of just afraid of it. You don't want to say anything. But you have to know that you have to have someone in your life that you can trust to tell, whether it be your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, friend, teacher, pastor. If you think that one of your friends is involved in something, you have to know where to go. You can't be afraid to do the right thing and make the right choices, because these choices will go on with you for the rest of your life. If you see today that maybe you want to be a Buffalo police officer or a corrections officer or an FBI employee, and you fill out that application and you have something on your record because you were pulled over, and everybody, as Officer Michelle said, if everyone has drugs in the car that you're driving in, it will affect your future. So think about who you're dealing with, who your friends are, and what you're doing. Now, what is so different about the FBI versus what we heard earlier? Well, the FBI investigates federal crimes. So there may be that one instance, as Officer Michelle was describing earlier, where you're in a vehicle, there might be guns, drugs, and everyone in the car is suspected of being involved in it. There's no way to decide exactly who had that gun or who had those drugs. But when we have the federal crime involved, now that gets even more intense. Your record looks more serious. And then the prison time gets a whole lot different. Corrections Officer Paulette described how it was in a New York State prison. And that is very, if not exactly similar to how it is in federal prison. But the difference in federal prison is that you won't be in New York State. You won't be in Erie County. You won't be near your home. Your mom, she'll be sad, crying, because she can't come and visit you. You'll be states away. The closest federal prison is in Ohio. Could be 3, 4, 5 hours away. No one's coming to visit you. Not on the weekends, not on holidays. You're on your own. For whatever length of time that crime equals your sentence, you're on your own. So think about that. Being on your own, your mom, your dad, you're not seeing them for years. Your mom's upset, she's crying. You don't know what your brothers or sisters look like. They're growing up and you're missing out. So those are the things that you have to think about if you're involved in what's a federal crime. It goes to a much deeper level. And all that stuff that Corrections Officer Paulette described is going on, only you're far, far away, and you cannot talk to anyone in your family about it. So please, consider what it is you have the potential to do, what you might want to do. When I was sitting right out there, just like you, what I thought I wanted to do, and focus on that. Get yourself a game plan. Watch who you deal with. Watch your friends. Because the associations you're with today are going to follow you for the rest of your life. Thank you.
I think I'm going to pause right here for a minute. We got a little time, right? You got a little time? We don't? No time. We have no time? Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna ask one question real quick.
I know about him.
Okay, you've heard Officer Cray, you've heard Correctional Officer Paulette, you heard Jennifer from FBI, and you heard Mr. Antoine Diggs so far. I want somebody to raise their hand. Out of those, four speakers we had so far? Four speakers. What was so far, of what you heard, what stuck out to you the most? Out of those four speakers, what information did they provide to you, stuck to you the most so far? I'm gonna go to the back now. I want a young lady. Let me see, raise your hand. You with the glasses on in the back, yep, with the black shirt. You guys stand up for me. You guys speak real loud because you're in the back. Okay. All right, that's it. I wanted to see if you guys were listening. All right? And you're listening, so thank you for that. Next time. All right, next up, we have, now this speaker right here, you guys better listen to this, oh my God. Now he has a story.
Mr. Flores.
You better listen real good because we got some gifts over here that we have to give away at the end. So I want you to fine tune those ears. Be quiet. The guys in the front, because I'm watching y'all. You guys are disrespectful. Please be quiet. Please. Let's bring up Juan Flores. Listen to this story.
I was introduced as Juan. Today I honor that. I honor that name, Juan, because I was in prison for murder. I spent a decade in prison for murder. And the thing is how did Juan's name get taken away? Because when I was incarcerated, the first thing that they did was take away my name and gave me a number. My number was 93B 2971. It wasn't Juan. There is no Juans. 93B 2971. I was stopped. That's what I was. They need it. Corrections cannot exist without me. Because see, I hear the corrections officers, I hear all of them say, pay attention, pay attention. I was you. I ain't paying attention because I know it all. I don't want to hear that. That don't apply to me. What applies to me is having fun, doing what I want to do. I don't want to hear my parents. That's bull. As I sat there, I was reflecting, and I was so happy in my old self that you were doing what you're doing now. Because you want to know why? Corrections want you, and so do the prisoners in there. Because you are an asset. You hear me? You are stock. All the dudes that did know it all, got it all the girls know it all, got it all. I'm going to tell you, when you go in there, you're going to listen, like they said. Because see, today's society, so politically correct, they want everybody to mesh together. In prison, it's not like that. It ain't like that at all. You're black, you're here, you're Puerto Rican, you're here, you're this, you're that, you're there and there. And you try to go against that. You think that you're bad, you're going to get smashed. And there ain't nobody to stop nothing. Nothing at all. You're going to be killed. You're going to be stabbed. These are the realizations of exactly how that happens. And how did I end up into this situation? Is not paying attention. Doing drugs and alcohol. At the age of 13 was the first time that I drank. At the age of 15 years old was the first time that I shot heroin. At 15 years old, I was running around the streets trying to find heroin. And if you got in my way then, it was on. Because I had to feed that addiction. because